Alright, so in this area, just jaywalking. I'm in the States now, so I'm PA walking. Now I'm PA running. Alright, so I used to work at Taco Bell. I worked there for like 3 days. Didn't really like the atmosphere. I used to work at Kmart. I worked there for like what, 6 months. You can't see it because it's like nowhere around here. I used to work at a nursing home. So I was working at Long John Silver's and the nursing home. Or wait, it was, what was it? It was Taco Bell and it was Kmart. I don't know, I was doing double jobs. I like to have money, but not money like I need money, but like I guess I come from a family where if I were to ask my mom or dad for money, they would say no, and that's that. But if I have my own money, they might strongly suggest that I save it, but they can't do anything to stop me from spending it. So that's that. Which way should I go? Let's go this way. Take you around my hood. So yeah, I was working at Kmart. I worked everywhere. Cause I don't know, I wasn't work at like a retail store kind of guy. Old Navy, air conditioned. I'm more of a laborer type of guy, pushing carts, cooking hamburgers, or what have you, lifting boxes. Now I'm a teacher. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? This Kmart has been here forever. I think it's gonna go out of business because Kmart ain't doing so good. There's my high school, if you can see it in the back. It looks like they extended on it. Like I was talking to someone the other day, like Easton's bad, you know, killings and shootings, homicides and all that shit. But I was saying, you remember back in the day in our high school, we had lockdown because the gangs are fighting each other, fighting over some dumb shit. I only knew it was a lockdown because I came to school late that day. I missed the bus. My dad wouldn't give me a ride. And when I came in, there was no one in the hallway. And it was super quiet. And then when I went into the classroom, everyone's like, you know, gossiping about what happened. You know, and a couple of my friends joined gangs. But, you know, it's relative to the time. They weren't killing people, per se, robbing people. They did that. I mean, in fact, well, it's not important. This used to be I forget, but it used to be a kind of grocery store. And one time my friends and I just came back from, I forget, oh, the mall, I think. We walked from way over by the mall and we came down here. And we went in there to get some AC. Well, I thought we were going in there just to be AC'd up because none of us had money. So we go in there and, you know, we come out. We get right about there in that section. And one of the guys who wasn't really part of the group, he just kind of there. He's like, hey man, look what I got. And he had some low-fat cookies. So we're laughing at, why the hell did you steal low-fat cookies? Like, why don't you get real cookies? So we're all laughing. And then, actually, I want to say I wasn't going to eat no damn low-fat cookies. So I was innocent. But probably I did take it because I'm hungry. And when you're hungry, you eat what you got to eat. So, we gotta get down. So then we get right about there. And then we hear some guy come out, hey guys, why don't you come over here? Why don't you come over here? So we turn around and we walk towards the guy. Like, hey, why don't you come back in the store with me? Why don't you come back in the store with me? We step inside the store, and then the guy's like, why you steal that? Why you steal them things for? I'm like, oh my God. And then my heart kind of dropped because I don't do shit like that. My dad's Jamaican, man. Man, I do some shit, he's gonna do what he gotta do. Bring it back to Kingston. My other friends, they might get yelled at, grounded, but we didn't get grounded. So he's like, I want you to call your parents. Call your parents. So we take turns calling our houses. Now, I call my house. Back in the day, and even now, we're behind the times, but we didn't have answer machines. We didn't have call waiting. So we didn't have caller ID. So basically, I called, no one picked up, safe. My other friends called other numbers. Like, I didn't think of that. They're calling other numbers, so none of us were able to reach our family. And the guy's like, don't you ever come back in here again. And then we all ran away. It was funny. I keep saying things are funny. It wasn't funny. Because why are we gonna get in trouble for that, dumbasses? But that's how it works, the company you keep put you to sleep. You know what I'm saying? All right, here we go. Like a little trail here. Little trail. Little hopper. Hopper on the trail. Motorcycle. Is that a beaver? I forget, in Japan we don't have beavers and squares. I mean, we got a different kind of beaver. But I said squares? Squirrels? My niece called her brother a square. I'm like, well, I know what a square is, but I never heard any young people say that. Like, he's such a square. It wasn't square. A lame. So funny. I think I ate here one time. Didn't like it so much. I had a dream. I remember I was telling you, if you're following all this, my dreams incorporate my childhood. So there was a super factory on that side, and it was right in this area. And I blew it up. I don't know why I blew it up, but it was like, I just blew it up, like, wow. And it was huge, a lot of damage. And yeah. Yeah, another soda machine. Oh, maybe. Pizza. Tobacco. State Farm. When I was growing up, my parents would pay insurance to State Farm. I didn't know what insurance was. I didn't connect it. So I was always thinking, why are they giving money to a farm? Yeah. This used to be a food center. Not anymore. This Rent-A-Center has been there for like forever. On this road right here is where I usually got the most beeps from someone knowing me, because they're driving or coming back from school, and I'll usually be walking or coming back, and they'd be like, paint, 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 paint. Yo, I am hot and sweating. Hot and sweating, man. It's hot. Hot. The sweating never hurt nobody. Hey, look, there's a Planned Parenthood. There used to be one way up there. Now it's here. Maybe there's two. So it's crazy, right? This over here is another school, Wilson. Over there is the high school for Easton. So you got to pass Wilson to get to Easton. And when I come up on, I'll show you the street that divided Easton from Wilson. And for whatever reason, we were rivals. Like people would fight each other. You're not from these parts. Now, traditionally, or historically, people who lived in Wilson were better off. Their school was better than ours. They were predominantly white. Preppy, you know? So there was some animosity. I don't think I had any friends from this school. I'm telling, like, here's this school, and our school is over there. You gotta pass one to get to the other. But, you know, after, you know, get to high school, you know, you wanna start having deep conversations with whoever. And Wilson girls, you know, they're different. I guess it would be like y'all who live in the States, or wherever you live, and you see all the girls in Japan, and you're like, I wanna, because you're in Japan, or because you're here. But if you were in Japan, then you probably would, you know, get over that, move on to something else. It's human nature. But yeah, so I never been to one of their football games. I never been inside this school. But you see the convertible? There was no convertibles on Easton side. All right, we're coming up on my next part-time job. These are not in any particular order, but one summer, actually it was 1999 to be exact, it was the year my class graduated, I worked here. My job was to paint and clean up around the machines. I forget what kind of company this is, but I was cleaning up oil and grease and, you know, chipping off the chips and repainting it green, chilling on the roof. And I remember my friend went to the graduation. I was here doing this. I felt a little bad because I wasn't graduating, but it is what it is. I was up there painting that shit. And I remember my dad was so proud because, you know, I'm doing physical labor and he's happy that I'm doing that. Over here, we got the police station, Wilson. So, I'm not gonna go over there. Maybe I will, just so you can see it. But one day, my friend and I were out and about. It was 4th of July time, which means in Easton, all the stores are selling fireworks. Well, now they have a firework factory. You can get it every day of the year. But back in my day, you only can get it in that month. And we had a handful of smoke bombs. And we passed this paper machine, newspaper machine. And me, innocent Matthew, I said, hey, let's put the smoke bombs in the, it was empty. Let me clarify, it was an empty paper machine. Let's put the smoke bombs inside the empty paper machine. And my friend, you know, he didn't question. He said, okay, let's do it. So we light them up, we throw it in there, we watch the smoke come out the box. Hooray, hurrah, hooray, hurrah. Then across the street, some old man, hey, he's talking like that. Like, I'm gonna call the cops. I'm gonna call the cops. So my friend's like, let's run. And I'm like, nah, let's explain the case. We put smoke bombs in an empty machine, no malice. My friend's like, nah, let's run before the cops come. And you know, I'm like, nah, we didn't do nothing wrong. Let's explain our case. So we stay there. The cops come. The cops take us to that police station. Then the cops drop me off at my house. Oh, they call my parents. And, you know, they were upset. But it went from smoke bombs in an empty paper machine to that we try to blow up a mailbox. That's a federal crime, I believe. And that's what's being spread around in my family. Matthew just blew up a mailbox. So that was that. We had to pay $200, a fine. And I found out the money came out of my account, that the money I was saved up for, I don't know, just saved up for me. So I had to use that money to pay for this. My friend never paid the fine. Many, many years later, I found out that it's still on the books. He hasn't paid it yet. But I was doing the right thing. And that's what it got me. I mean, it wasn't right that I put the thing in there, but I try to explain my case. Try to right the wrong by explaining the wrong that was not really written. And that's what happened. And that's what it is. Do the right thing and get a $200 fine and become a terrorist in your family. Go figure. But it is what it is. I actually got recording of me rapping right here. Maybe I'll play it, but I don't got the audio. Actually, I do. I'm gonna play the audio from right here. I'm gonna be walking home for a second or three. So we're gonna spit some, you know what I mean? Yeah. Cut you, so just shut the otherwise I'ma crush you with the master pressure, holding it down, son. That's why I'm better and now, son. I collect the funds while you getting beat. By who? Me. Acapella, no beat. Walking home from work on the street. Left, right, my feet. Don't really want your head for a trophy, but I will do you when I blow. Niggas know I stampede them like I said, like Buffalo. And niggas ain't got bills like Buffalo. They could take their mat, but we all know they get they self cut when they see me swinging mics. They refuse to duck, so there goes their life. It's over before they can blink. Now I think it's 3 seconds of living before that they started to think, this guy's okay. He's better than me. I should have listened to my people, but I had to do what I did. Now I'm all messed up. You can see by the video, it's a little nicer compared to where I live. Things are trimmed. It's a little cleaner. I'm sweating. You know, they got little fences. It's crazy about the size though. In Japan, this would be like, half of this would be one block, or how do I explain this? Like all this space, there wouldn't be so much space in between a house. There'd be a house on a house on a house, split in half. Trees wouldn't be so big. Cars are nowhere to be found, buried under garage things. Little squirrel. Little bird. Hey, bird. Hey. Once when I was little, doing my paper route, I saw a bird like that. I picked him up, brought him inside. And my friend's mom, like, you pick up a bird, he'll never be accepted by his family. And the bird died. But I don't know. You know the logic of parents, they can tell you anything and you kind of just, okay, that's the law. Like my friend, he would always say stuff like, my dad said. My dad never said much, so I could never say, my dad said. But he would always say that. And I would use his dad's, yeah, my friend's dad said. I met someone in college who said, my dad said. But this is college. Come on now. Come on now. I remember I was talking to someone on YouTube. I know, I should, but this is early, right? So he's like, you know, my mom said. Like, I don't know your mom. Sheesh. I don't think I'm ever coming home for the summer again. I'm gonna come home in the winter. Yeah, it's a little cold. I don't know, do I want to sweat to death or freeze to death? Gotta make a choice, right? Gotta make a choice. MF. Motherfucker. This used to be a Blockbuster. Maybe you don't know Blockbusters. It used to be a place. What the fuck? A place where you can get videos. That's where I got my first adult videos, because they had a little section in the back. Over there used to be a barber shop. I went there one time because I was working at McDonald's and she's like, you gotta shave. And usually I got my shave up at the barber shop, but it was closed. So I went there and he was like, I don't shave black people. That's what he said. This used to be a CVS. Now it's a church. Damn. Again, when I was young, I used to shoplift at CVS. And I was good at it. I was gonna have a life of crime. But one day I came in there and we were hiding out over here. And we ran out from the store with our goods. And a friend of mine's like, I didn't get anything. And me being a good guy, I said, hey, don't worry, I'll go back and get you some stuff. So we went right back in and we got caught. There was a third friend who, he's like, nah, you guys go in, I'll wait for you out here. Because he knew he was probably the most professional of us all. So the guy was like, you know, don't ever come back in here. If you ever seen the Bart Simpson, it was a Christmas where he stole the game, and then the guy's like, don't come back in here. And then his parents wanted to get the photos, and he tried to put on a mustache, and then he got caught. Blah blah blah. So it was like that, because my mom was like, go to CVS and get me something, and I didn't want to, but eventually I did, and everything kind of, they forgot. All right, so we're coming up on the spot where newspaper box was. It was right here. In this spot right here. Right here. And it was a guy across on that street who narked on us. Yeah. Alright. So coming down here. All the way stop. All right, so right here, this is the dividing line. On this side, we're on Wilson, and now over here, we're in Easton. So if you live on this side, you have to go to the one high school. You live on the other side, you got to go to the other high school. And that's how the fights were kind of set up, depending on what side of the street you lived on. You know, that's just the way we live. I'm pretty sure in your hood, you have such stupid divisions, but they're not even stupid. That's just life. That's how they did Africa. Divide and get people fighting each other.
¿Cuál es la razón? Por mí, yeah.
All right, we're almost back. Sure you remember this, right? We're here yesterday. Now my house doesn't have AC, so it's probably gonna be just as hot out here as it is inside my house. I guess a little cooler, I guess. Oh, that's why there's birds over here. There's a bird feeder. Why are so many birds there?